You know, it's really starting to piss me off because these people that are selling stuff, they don't even know what the hell they're selling. Okay, they got these things like this that you get at Walmart that have what you need on one end, and they don't know what it is on this end. And you know, they can't leave well enough alone, right? Before it was mono or stereo. Now you have stereo with two prongs, if you can see that, and then you have three prongs now. So now it's TRS, and they're calling this one TRRS. It's like, give me a freaking break. You know what I mean?
And so far, there is no evidence based on from our intelligence people that Russia is involved, although there is evidence that the actors' ransomware is in Russia.
Blah, 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 blah. Hello again, this is Luca Mino. We're into Learn to Unlearn episode 53. And since I've got the GoPro staring at me right now, I'll be recording with the GoPro and with Zoom, as you see with the camera as well, on different formats. I'm trying different things. I'm feeling a lot better. We're going to talk about that as well. I had to start out with a little joke as I did, and like I said, I'm feeling very good. So sit down, put on your seatbelts, and enjoy the ride. Okay, so I figured I'd try the handheld thing, right? In this episode, I wanted to basically go back and show you what it was like in the hospital, what it was like. I'm really glad that I took pictures too of what I went through as well. And as I go through the pictures, I want to just talk on a few of them and explain a little bit more in detail. And this is cool. This is because I just fell on those pictures recently, right? It just so happened. Now that I'm going through all this and that it's all behind me, I'm able to go back and look at this and share things with you that, you know, I couldn't share before because A, I wasn't ready, B, I didn't have the strength. There's no way. So it's just really cool that now I can show you what the bags look like. I can show you what the trips to the bathroom and the marks that my knees made before the operation, because I was holding on with my knees when I was cleaning myself, and it was a mess. There was, you know, peeing blood before the operation. But anyway, we're not going to get too gruesome or anything or too graphic, but we are going to show what it's like for me right now. And there's going to be also a part where I'm going to be showing off my GoPro like I am now, and I'll be in the car with you talking as well. I'm trying new things. I don't have the proper microphone yet for it, but we're working on that as well. So, you know, I'll be walking around, or when I think of something, I'll be going on Zoom, and I'll be bouncing around in different formats like I was saying. So thank you for hanging on, and we're going to talk about my hospital stay first. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. Easy to say. Yeah, indeed. Well, this comes from the wall of the physical therapy room where I exercise twice a week now, since about a month or two, and I can see my progress. It's amazing. My energy level, my muscle mass, and everything's increasing thanks to a compassionate and you know, the watchful eyes of the trainer. And it's on the treadmill. I was on the treadmill one day, and that's the first time I really started thinking about, you know, doing this video and adding the images and talking about what, you know, what happened in the hospital. You know, tube in my nose and everything. That's how I wake up. And I remember thinking how important it was in the hospital to save those shots, save those memories. And, you know, memories like the clock on the wall right in front of me, and the changing of the guard. That's what it was called, right? That's we joked about that. The various nurses that would come in and write down their names on the it's like a roster that they would have with their name and the date and their time that they're on shift. Um, I got very few images from that time because I was so focused on healing, and every ounce of my energy was on that. Uh, and out came the tubing, and they were so impressed with me, like how I was improving. And speaking of impressive, those machines, the machines all around me in the hospital, they would glow at night and in the daytime too. I remember sitting in that chair most of the time, um, more time than I care to remember, but I was improving slowly, and I knew that I was. So going back to the hospital, oh, this is great. I can't even use my computer now. I'm not going to have my computer screw up on me. Here we go. So soon I was playing, and inspecting the outcomes. I was playing with, my wounds and looking around and checking everything, and the stomas, both of them. At times it was overwhelming, right? But I did what I could with what I had, and I felt an improvement of some sort every day that passed. From the very, very first images of the stomas, as we can see here, still kept in place and not free floating like they are now. On occasion, some ooze would come out, no alarm, they said, no problem. And, they said that they showed me all of this stuff, and they showed me how it works, and they showed me how to clean myself and how to change the bags, but I don't remember any of it. And we still joke about it. Because of the drugs that I was on, because I was half out of it. Uh, Fast forward to home, and my version of the changing of the bag, as we call it, I had to share this. December 3rd, 2020, and my sitting in the lazy boy for a long time. Not moving either, not being able to. I'm everything everything in my body and in my mind and in my spirit is saying just don't move, just stay there. Stay quiet, don't move. Everything will be okay, and it's something that most men today would have a very hard time doing, I'm sure. And then the physical therapy that followed, my exercises, faithfully being followed, and then some. With the walker as well, that was really strange. That was a really haunting experience, not really knowing if I was going to recover or not, or not knowing what the problem was. It's like anybody recovering from any kind of accident. So, all I could do was just keep the faith. That's all I could do. More on that on another show, though. So next time you feel like you're a really small element in such a huge fight, such a gigantic undertaking, hold on to that mountain climber's lesson. And I can tell you from experience, because that's what I used to do in Switzerland. And all you can think of is one slow, steady step at a time. And I think I can attest to that. I know this is a bumpy road, but this is a thought on knowledge. I had a real good insight about knowledge a couple of seconds ago, and I wanted to record it, see what it sounds like. One of my biggest mentors in my life was Leo Buscaglia. And Buscaglia he loved to talk about how, you learn from others, and you're an open book for everything. And I started to ask myself, what is knowledge? What are people doing? Why do people act the way they do? I know it's kind of a heavy kind of a topic, but for this instinct moment, it was just about knowledge. So I said to myself, that's what knowledge is. I mean, you learn stuff in your life, you hear stuff from other people, it resonates with you, you internalize it, and then that becomes a part of your creation story, or it becomes a part of your compartmentalizing. Okay, I'll put that over here. When we talk about GMOs, I remember that thing I learned about Monsanto. I'm going to put that over here. And when you educate yourself in the right areas, then you start to flourish, because all the areas are hooked in together. All this corruption that we're visiting, I'll have to put a beep on that. All this corruption that we're living, it's all premeditated, it's all engineered, and they're all getting away with it. So everything, the term follow the money, that's what that is. So as far as knowledge goes, you are basically what you eat, okay? So you are basically what you've learned, what you've assimilated, and what you think is important to you. So I really like the path that I'm on, because I'm learning that I don't know a freaking thing at all. The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know anything, really. And you learn how to be humble. It's all about humility. That's a funny one. Right. More on that another time. Leo Buscaglia, he was one of my mentors for a long time, and he would talk about attitude, and he would say that the best thing you can do is be yourself, have a good attitude, and not really care what people think. And that's how I heard it. That was kind of watered down. But now what I'm seeing is, oh no, it's a step further than that. It's about caring for people, but not caring what they think about what you're doing and how you live your life. That's the trick. I think that's what the trick of life is all about. You care for the people in general, but at the same time, it does not affect you what they think about you. And for a good teaching on that, go watch the movie Avatar, the first one. I know there's not a second one yet, I don't think, but they say there will be. I hope to see it. But the first one, look at the main character in Avatar. He's slammed left and right, mostly by Sigourney Weaver, by the doctor. But watch his attitude. It's like, huh. I'll give you a quote from Avatar. The doctor looks at him and says, "So, you just think you can come out here to the most hostile environment on Earth? What made you think you can do something like that?" And he answers her right away, cold as ice. He says, "Well, maybe because I was sick of doctors telling me I couldn't do it." And he laughs off every single negative comment that's thrown at him. If I ever learned something from that movie, that's what it is. It's like, you got to be as cold as ice. You got to have a shield as tough as iron, right? Or bulletproof, right? You'd be able to look at somebody and say, "Yeah, I love you, but you know what? I don't agree," and that's fine. We'll agree to disagree. Too bad, so sad. That's the way I am. That's amazing. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And we're back, and I'm actually literally working on the show right now as we speak. Forgive me for being quick, but I have to go and finish it for you guys so you can see it. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for being a part of this and being a part of my life and for watching and learning to unlearn, especially because that's so hard nowadays. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.